Hello, and welcome to the Brown Girl Blooming podcast. I'm your host, Serena Flood. We are heading into the second full week in August. And as I stated on the previous episode, August is a month of seasonal transition as well as transitions in life. This podcast episode is called A Permission Slip for Your Next Season. I'm really excited about this episode too. So many women are in the throes of life at this moment, getting their to do lists done and trying to balance other obligations like work, home, drinking their water, getting enough protein, exercising, maintaining a skincare routine, walking the dog, housework, and just trying to thrive and not just survive. Is anybody out there with me on this? Well, this is a lot of people's story as well as my own. What I love about the independent thought process is that it allows us to always re examine our lives, reassess, and reflect, and then readjust our behaviors. I think about some of my life choices, and I often think about as a child and as a teen, really up until I left the house, I was having to ask for permission from my mother to go anywhere or do anything. And sometimes I didn't ask, and I suffered the outcome for not asking for permission first. But most of the time, I did have to ask and seek permission for just making any kind of plans or arrangements with my friends. A typical, pretty typical parent child dynamic, seeking permission before doing anything. The good thing is, as an adult, we often have to still or think we have to still ask for permission to some degree in various areas of our lives, like work, for instance. You need permission to take time off for most people, unless you own the company. But even then, you still need to schedule for your absence. We need permission to start projects. We need permission to start new initiatives. So, yes, there are some cases where you still will need permission. But as the norm is that become accustomed to asking for permission even when we don't need permission. So there are some areas in our lives where what I'm saying is seek permission, but we really don't need permission. We have agency, we have total autonomy, but we still are asking for approval. Hmm. Is it just me? Let me get into it a little bit more. I'm talking about seeking permission for growing, for developing, for changing, for resting, for saying no, for taking care of ourselves, for starting over, for buying a little gifts for ourselves, for treating ourselves to dinner, for going on an adventure, for making mistakes, mm, for allowing ourselves to heal and allowing permission or needing permission to dream or even be our authentic selves. You see, asking for permission for any of these things is allowing yourself to live life on mute. Asking for permission to evolve and grow and thrive has this hollowing effect on your life. That feedback loop that causes us to freeze before engaging in our own lives, before participating in our own lives. In other words, it creates an emptiness that doesn't allow you to sprout the seeds that were once planted in you, the seeds that allow you to bloom. Permission is defined as seeking approval or endorsement from someone in authority for a given task or event. What are we seeking permission for? Let me ask you another way. What are you seeking permission for? What are you seeking permission for that doesn't require permission? If you are thinking, can I? May I? Could I? Then you are seeking permission for something or from someone for something specific. And it may not be that you're actually asking a person, it may be that you're second guessing yourself, having a lot of doubt, hesitancy, trepidation, that you're seeking that external validation before taking action. The best part about this is you can change that mindset to give yourself permission for whatever it is. You have something called agency, meaning you can do whatever you put your mind to. I encourage you to read an article on Substack called The Only Permission You'll Ever Need. It is an article written by writer Ash Sebulka, Cebulka. She explores how women are no longer asking for the world for permission and instead asking themselves for permission. She describes herself as I was once walking around my house feeling like a tea kettle on top of the stove with the heat on full blast and no water in it. I was rattling. My nervous system was kind of screaming at me. This is how she was describing herself before she realized she didn't need permission. This is so many women and then magnify this times 20 to 100 for women of color. So unlike how she describes herself as going through life with a hidden consent mentality, waiting for someone to give her life, permission to live her life. My final thoughts here, even though permission feels safe, even though permission feels validating, each time you ask for permission, you're surrendering a piece of your own self. Think about that. So now you are empowered to grant yourself permission to stop people pleasing, to rest, to heal, to sit, to forgive, to seek help, to make mistakes or fail, to pursue your dreams, to pray, to set boundaries, to ask for help or support, to pivot, to be adventurous, to be you. So here is a permission to be everything that you are meant to be in this world. Here is the permission for you to be you and to bloom. Until next time, be blessed.